Hi, it is a wonderful time to say welcome to Spot the Errors. And today we have 7 sentences. Let's quickly check the grammatical errors contained in these sentences. The first, we received an information that the workers will soon go on strike. An information, okay? The second sentence, the government has set up a 5-man panel to investigate the fire incident. The fire incident, okay? A 5-man panel. A 5-man. The third, these old tables and chairs are very valuable furnitures. Valuable furnitures. The fourth, the meeting of the Secretaries Generals will come later today. Secretaries Generals. The fifth, the citizens welcomed all the African heads of state. All the African heads of states. Heads of state. The place was quite neat except for a dirt on the floor. Except for, okay, that's on the floor. The seventh, the last sentence. He decided to wait for the bus because he had many luggages. Many luggages. Now, going back to the first sentence. It is inappropriate to have the indefinite article and preceding information. 1. Information is an uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot be divided into singular and plural. And that is why it is wrong to use a determinant that is always used for countable nouns to precede an uncountable noun. A case of information. So it is inappropriate to have and preceding information. It cannot be divided into singular, therefore we do not need that article there. So there is nothing like informations as a plural form for information. Please take note of that. The second, the government has set up a 5-man. This is a case of a case of compound adjective. Yes, and because the compound adjective is preceding the noun that is being qualified. Therefore, it should be hyphenated compound adjective. The hyphen must be there, and because of this, we are going to have the singular form. It can only work for the singular form. Even the noun, which is man here, is an adjective, serving as the number here qualifying the panel. And also, you can have a to precede a plural. It is always used with a singular. Please take note of that. So we should have a 5-man panel. Ensure that it is hyphenated. Okay? If it is not hyphenated, it is also incorrect. The third sentence. Furnitures like information is an uncountable noun. It cannot be divided into singular and plural. Therefore, it is inappropriate, it is unacceptable to have s to show a marker for the plural form of the word furniture. So we do not need s before furniture, we do not need s and s before information. Now the fourth sentence. The meeting of the Secretaries Generals. The problem with this construction is having to add s to the adjective. Now this is a case of plural compound noun, and usually when we have a case like this, it is the head word, the main word, that must be pluralized, and the head word must be a noun. Why? In English language, only nouns and verbs have the singular and plural forms. This word in this context general, though it can be a noun, it can be an adjective, but in this context, it is an adjective. So it is against the background of what I said earlier, an adjective cannot be pluralized. Therefore, we should remove the S and we should have only secretaries. Okay, so this is the plural form of secretary general, then the plural is secretaries general. The fifth sentence, similar to this, there is the temptation to believe that since we are referring to different people, different heads of states, and they are having different states, therefore we should have S here, S here. But in this context, we are talking about the position of this individual, not the state per se, but their position has been held. The main word is not the state, the main word is the earth. Why it is acceptable to add S to head, it is unacceptable to have state to have S for state. This is. It is also unacceptable to have the article A before birth because it is uncountable now. Even though you want to show part of it like information, we can use partitive. Partitive, okay, to show the specific or the exact quantity. That is why we can make use of items of furniture here. Items of furniture. We can also make use of a piece of information, a piece of advice, because advice is another example of uncountable noun. So the plural form does not exist, there is not a line advices. So the partitive allows for showing a specific quantity. When we make use of, like I earlier said, when we make use of partitive such as an item, a piece, and many other, including a bag of, a barrel of, okay, then so for that we can have some, because the word some, the determinant some can be used for countable and uncountable now, and it is even indefinite, it's not being really specific, so we should have some and not a here. The last sentence, we can have many and luggages together. Why? There is no word like luggages. It's just similar to what I've said earlier. This is to show the plural form of luggage. Luggage, singular, luggages, plural. But there is no luggages as plural for luggage. Then, the many is also a determiner that is used with countable noun. Many students. Yeah, people say much crowd. Many crowd. Things like that. Unacceptable. So we should have many for countable noun and much. The one I wanted to say earlier, much people. I knew something was off the point. Much people, yeah, I hear that a lot. Much people instead of many people. So much is used for uncountable, much noise, much air, okay, much salt, not many salt, okay. Then this can only go with countable noun, and this can only go with uncountable noun. To show that the items here are a lot, more than one. We can then think of a lot. And mind you, it is written like this and not like this. Thank you for joining. We should remove this and we should have this. And then we should remove this. Thank you for joining the class today. See you in the next class. Thank you.